Okay, I'm back at the island, basically what it is, that I bought earlier today. And wanted to let you guys know you probably want to wait to try and do one of these until you're really comfortable moving things around and using your tools because things do not land really where you want them to at all, and you have to move them with the move tool. And there's a lot of inching and moving things this way and then that way. And I've got the beach house that I put in earlier and the one other house. I've added two more buildings. This one over here, I added this house, so it has its own little driveway. They also have driveways. We'll go over here because this one has a funny garage on the front of the house. So I don't know if I can stand over here where you can see the front of that one. Anyway, the garage face is different, so I found a driveway that I could put in, and I'm going to try and zoom in a little bit so you can see. Anyway, I got the driveway placed, and I had to move it around a lot, and then I had to use my shift and control keys to get it in the right spot. I've got everything locked now. That's going to be really important when you start doing one of these. If you buy one of these and you start adding buildings and stuff and standing spots and things, you want to lock everything in place so you don't move it by accident after you've inched it into where it's supposed to be. This house that I put down here, let me go down here. Oh good, now I'm on the beach. See, this is the thing with these. There are not a ton of standing spots on these. And I added one here at this house. Oh, that's the car. I put a car and a Jeep in the driveway, and they have sitting spots in them too, so I can zoom into one of those. I put one standing spot on this house, and it's on the porch, so that when I want to add things to this house, hopefully they'll land somewhere nearby. That's one of the issues I'm running into with this house. When I loaded it, I was standing down by the beach, and it landed up by the road, like not even near the beach road. Because there's a road down here, this road, and I was standing over here, and it loaded the house up here on the horizon. So I had to inch it all the way down here and get in exactly the right spot. And then, because there's a hill here, it was up in the air. So when I got it out here, it was like up here, so I had to inch it all the way down. And then I had to watch the ground where I was putting it so that it wouldn't sink into the ground. So you're going to have to use your shift and control keys a lot. This is going to require patience. This is not something that's going to happen overnight if you're doing one of these towns with the roads and the spots where you can put buildings and stuff. But and the cars, when I was standing here on this porch because I put a standing spot there. I was standing here when I loaded the cars, and they showed up out here in the water. So for whatever reason, it defaults to the closest standing spot that it thinks, or that maybe you were last at. I don't know what it does, but it doesn't detect that I'm standing here. If I sat in my car, it might load things closer. I don't know, but both of the cars ended up out here. One of them was in the water. So I had to inch them over here and get them on the driveway. This driveway also was an add-on type thing. It's not called an add-on, though. The buildings are called add-ons. And I would suggest shopping from the town or whatever it is that you're going to be decorating, because you can get an idea how big the buildings are and if they're going to fit in the spot that you want to put them in. I knew I was going to put this house, because it's big, I knew I was going to put it in an open area, not over in the neighborhood, that it was going to be down by the beach. But there are a lot of, you just go to furniture and type in add-on house, and there's lots of different houses. So I'm not in that room right now for shopping mode. I didn't set my default that way. I didn't change it in advance. But there's a lot of different ones. And like I said in another video, you could buy a bigger house and you could resize it and make it smaller. but then it also makes your avatar smaller when it's in that house. So, you know, you might not want to do that. So I haven't really had much chance to go through and see, but there are restaurants that people have made. There are all kinds of things, and I think somebody has a Pizza Hut. Not that I want to put a Pizza Hut in my town, but yeah, here's a Pizza Hut. So this will be a standalone building. You'd be able to move this. And you can go up here when you're trying things. If I was in my town right now, I'd be able to move this where I wanted it. And, you know, get it in place, and then make sure you use your lock tool, because doing these is going to be, you know, a process, and there's no way I'm going to finish. It's going to be a while before this gets done. So this will just be one of those things that I'll mess around with when I, you know, don't feel like working on one of my other rooms or something. But anyway, so I don't want a Pizza Hut, but there's Papa John's, there's grocery stores. You could also add on grocery store. Because I was going to try and put a grocery store in there, but I don't know which one I want. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay, that one's not making me scream happy things. These buildings can be quite pricey, but you know, I guess it depends on what you want. There are no standing spots in here either. It doesn't, well, let me see. Oh, there are. Okay, they do have standing spots in this one. So they've put all kinds of things in the store. Okay, they did a good job. That's why this one's more expensive. It's been decorated pretty well. It's not just a shell of a building. So, you know, if you didn't want to spend time working on a store and you wanted one that was pretty much done already, I would just, you know, get something like this. Let me see what else there is. There's a store display. So yeah, see, you could do your own. That's a grocery store and apartment. I don't know what this one is. I don't like it when people don't put their pictures in there. You see, these don't have roofs on them. I guess it makes it easier to deco the inside, but this one's already done, so I don't know how much decorating you'd have to do. That looks like it's a duplicate, or it's derived from the same one that I put in here earlier. Anyway, so, you know, I don't know. Here's a PetSmart. I might put a PetSmart in my town. Oh my, it's huge. Okay, doesn't look too bad. There is nothing in this store. Now see, she's in here pretty deep too, so you're going to have to put your standing spots in and then raise them with your shift keys and your control keys. Raise with your control over the, you know, standing spots, and then lock it in place once you get it in the store, because then when you go to decorate, you know, it won't be too bad. But I don't know if I'm going to buy a PetSmart or not now that I know it has to be decorated. We'll see. I wanted to show you how to do, you know, how to move the buildings around and stuff, but we are at 8 minutes now, and I have gotten nowhere. Here's a grocery store. This looks like it's giant, and it's not decorated either. So, yeah, it's not huge, but it's pretty good size, and there's no standing spots in here. So, you'd have to put your own in, which seems to be the case with these for the most part. These add-on rooms, you're going to have to add standing spots, and you're going to have to decorate most of them. I'll try restaurants again and see what I get. Here's a Chili's. Yeah, see, this is decorated, and they put furniture in it. If it's got the furniture and stuff in it, it's going to have the standing spots and stuff. If it doesn't, then you're going to have to do all of that yourself. So it really depends on how much work you want to put into it. But getting these buildings in the right place is going to be quite interesting because, like I said, they don't really land next to you that well. So, just remember that if you buy one of these and you start decorating, it's awesome, but it's going to take a while. So that's it.